Hi.
You.
I'm Olivia with Aircraft Cycle.
Hey, Wendy.
Wendy, nice to meet you.
And I'm John. Thanks for coming back.
Yes.
Figured for a bigger conversation, it would be good to bring in some of the people that are helping to make the decisions on the farm.
Yeah, it's been really understandable. I'm finally glad to meet you guys. John's told me a lot about you guys. But how's y'all's week been so far?
Pretty good.
Not too bad. We're still waiting for the rain to stop so we can get in the field. So
Yeah.
good opportunity to have another sit-down meeting.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's getting a little bit warmer, so there's a bonus with that. But coming into spring. But do y'all have any summer plans, vacations plans as a family?
Not right now, not yet.
Yeah.
Leave it up to mom and dad.
Hey,
Whoever's paying for it, right?
yeah, if it's on their dime, then it's good for you. But that's great. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know y'all are busy with school and the farm, things of that nature. But I wanted to see if y'all had 2 minutes to talk about, how your Precion Smart Fund system is doing and any challenges that you may be seeing, and also talk about, how I can help you assist in any challenges you might be looking at. Does that sound good with you guys?
Sure.
Awesome. Well, I know that last time I talked and met with you guys, we talked about Precion Smart Cord in the system, and I want to thank you guys for being able to do that 100 acres and that Climate Field View Plus system. I just wanted to see, how is that going for you guys? What do y'all think?
I think it's going all right. Still a little early here, but feeling a little bit better about how the system works on the digital aspect is something I need to get comfortable with. My son is going to help me with all his book learning up there at SDSU. So we'll see how that goes, but I feel a little bit better about it. He's kind of talked me off the cliff a little. So
yeah, and if you need any help with anything or questions, we have the installation team here to help you. So,
yeah.
But I know that when we talked last, John had mentioned that there was a little bit of a challenge with diseases. And I wanted to hear more about those challenges and, what those diseases were specifically.
Yeah, recently it's been a lot of southern rust.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly come in a lot further north than what we're used to, and it kind of just took over last 2 years on the farm. Hoping this year to kind of cover the 100% of my acres with a fungicide.
Mm-hmm.
Something we haven't done before, but that's the plan this year.
Yeah, that's a good plan. And, with that southern rust and things of that nature, what does your current fungicide program look like, and how many passes do you usually do?
Right now I'm planning just one pass, and we're going with Bayer's Delaro Complete, probably at that tassel timing. But from what I understand, I think that there's some things that field view might be able to help me track a little bit. I don't know if there's a way to do anything else, but one pass is kind of what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and then how do you usually apply that, with your aerial applicator or ground equipment?
Well, I got the Hagee this year, in the off season, knowing I was going to spray a lot more fungicide, so I wanted to kind of make the investment on that, do a little more myself. If my son's home, then he can spray a little bit too and get some experience there. But that's kind of my plan, is to spray as much as I can.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Delaro Complete, and I would love to be able to talk to you a little bit more about Delaro Complete and the value that it adds to your Precion corn and your other corn hybrids, but also with the Climate Field View and how it works. Can I talk to you a little bit about that?
Please.
Awesome. Well, so Delaro Complete is a 3-mode of action fungicide that is a preventative and curative against diseases. And then it also helps with plant health through the stalk and also just the overall plant. And so, with that being said, not only hopefully it'll limit some of those challenges such as the southern rust, but also it will help with your overall objectives that I know that your dad talked about, which was, gaining higher yields and increasing ROI. And so I really do think that this product would work for that. But again, with Delaro Complete, it's very unique in the way it works with Precion, is that you can have an in-season access to when you spray it. And so there's more flexibility not only with the equipment you spray, because now you can use ground equipment, but you can also do in-season passes with the fungicide, and then also you have a little bit more flexibility of when you want to spray that, 1 or 2 passes. That's up to you and what you kind of see. And then with the Climate Field View technology, what's great about that is that you can actually program the Delaro Complete into your equipment, and you can kind of see that aerial view of, okay, when do I need to spray the fungicide, and what parts of my fields are lacking. And so hopefully we can get on top of that before the diseases hit.
Sure.
And so going back to your points of, making sure that everything is, your main goals is kind of reducing that disease, right? And, overall increasing your yields and ROI. Is that your main goals for this season?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And I really think that Delaware Complete can help do that with, again, we can shorten the stock, increase photosynthesis for overall better grain yield, but also we can help with the overall disease, that preventative and curative measure. And so I think it would be really great if we, try out Delaware Complete on all of your farms, see how it works, analyze it with a climate field view, and then analyze that technology and the data, and we can talk later. How does that sound with you?
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a lot of bookkeeping for my wife. She's kind of taken on more of that, but is she going to need to learn how to use FieldView too then to manage that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, kind of with the Precion smartphone system, kind of what I had mentioned previously is that, the Bayer crop team is here to help you. We want to see you succeed. And so that means, if she needs to learn how to use Climate Field View, we're going to bring out our installation team, and you have me, and you can ask us any questions. We'll show you how to use it, how to program Delaware Complete in there, and do any other things that you might have questions about. And so then she has the most knowledge on how to use it, and so she can help her son and you be able to know how to use it to the best of its abilities with your equipment.
How big of a lift is it? Like, how much does it take for me to learn the system?
Yeah, that's a good question. So you guys have already, done the heavy part with learning the climate field view with Precion. So thank goodness that you already, know how to use it. But I really don't see that it's gonna require a lot more effort and your knowledge of how to use it. But we want to bring out the installation team, and I'll be here to show you kind of how to input that. And then I really think that once that happens, you'll be able to know how to use it within a day, and then we can get that analysis and data, and I can help you analyze that.
Yeah, I'm really trying to get my parents, especially my dad, to adopt new technology, try new things. This whole systems approach that Precion offers, really excites me, but also the digital piece. So, you mentioned the fungicide and the disease, that's something that 2025 was really challenging for us. And, I think there were scenarios where we needed 2 applications of fungicide. How do you think,
You mean to spray it twice?
well, that's yeah, Dad. I think with some of the things that we're doing, these management practices that we're doing, we just can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect the same yield. So, I'm really trying to get him. It's more work, but I think the ROI is there. So, if there's anything you could say to help my dad think differently, whether it's fungicide application or nitrogen, anything we can do in season, I think that's always beneficial. I think the technology will unlock some of that.
Yeah, that's a good point, is that, when it comes to the fungicide and, using the technology with Climate Field View, it's a great technology for you, to transfer data and have year-to-year data for your son to be able to make better, precise decisions. When it comes to Climate Field View, the main thing is, how can we make precise decisions for the future so we can overall, increase our yield year to year. And so I think with the Precion, with the Climate Field View and being able to see your son, have better access to data, it'll be better for him when he starts to take over that farm, and he can see things like nitrogen deficiencies, nutrient deficiencies, and diseases a lot quicker to be able to input those fungicides and things of that nature.
What do you think about spraying it twice? I mean, how do I pick which fields I want to put a second application in?
Yeah, so Climate Field View tells you that exactly. It tells you, where diseases are occurring and where they're not occurring and where need a second pass. And so that's a great benefit to this, is that, you have the Climate Field View system. Now doing the Delaware Complete, it will tell you where it needs a second pass.
Will it be able to tell me the performance of that?
Yeah, so we can track actually strip analysis of fungicides and seeing, okay, if you want to, we could do, a strip or a field of the Delaware Complete versus, your conventional, and it'll show you the analysis of how it performs.
You didn't tell me it could track more than one application. I thought it was just fungicide spray, no spray.
Yeah, no, it does a lot. I think there's a lot of benefits to utilizing the system.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
But, I would love to be able to try out the Lara Complete on your farming operation, and you can see how it works with not only your hybrids, but Precion Smart Corn. And then we can go from there of analyzing the data. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me. I think we could talk about it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, I'll,
Anything else pops miss?
yeah.
No, I think, again, I appreciate you helping me, get my parents to understand the benefits and look forward to trying this year.
Awesome. Well, I'll get that in and I'll call y'all for another meeting and I'll come back out and put that order in and bring out my installation to help you guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Of course.
Yeah, pleasure meeting you.
Nice to meet you.